Wake up! You open your eyes. The sun has risen. The birds are singing. You are still alive. And for now, you are safe. Your gaze wanders across the room to the windows in the woods beyond. You wonder if the monsters are lurking there right now, just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the crumbling estate. A familiar unease settles into your gut, tangling into a knot of anxiety, wriggling as the events of last night play out in your head. You can't help but remember Duke slumped against a tree, pieces of him scattered across the clearing. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen, but you can't stay in bed forever. Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress. No, you could refresh yourself on the event of previous days by using the journal icon in the quick menu. Look out the window. You creep toward the window, careful not to be seen what might be lurking in the garden. For a second, you thought you saw some movement. It could have been an animal. It could have been something else. Whatever it was, it's gone now. Leave the window. I didn't see anything. Maybe you'll head out there and investigate after you finish waking up. Put your clothes in the dresser. You never went up putting your clothes away yesterday. Might as well get that out of the way before you start the day. You drag out your suitcase over the dresser open. A opossum lurks within. It is quiet but angry. Oh, pardon me. Gently close the drawer, leaving the marsupial in peace. The drawer belongs to the opossum. There's nothing you can do about it. You open the top drawer next. It's empty, as good as place you'll find to put your clothes. Oh, I wish I had talked to animals. That'd have been such a fun one. Based on the state of the house, you wonder if you'd been better off keeping your clothes in your nice clean bag. But there's no going back now. Poke around the closet. Oh, okay, that's creepy. After we went through outside, the last thing you need this morning was waking up to find that doll in your closet. Pick up the doll. Pick up the doll to examine more closely. Its foot reads, "Property of Alexandra." There's no way you're taking this with you. Close the door behind you. Get dressed and head down to the kitchen. Time to start your day. You're back in the kitchen. Frou Frou, eyes on you from her favorite spot on the counter. Excuse me, ma'am, but may I pet you? I might pet your beautiful fur. Part of you hopes that flattery might win her over, as silly as they may seem. You are, after all, talking to a cat. Frou Frou merely flicks her tail faster. It doesn't look promising. Hey, did you know the police called me this morning? You've only been here one day and you've already had a run-in with the cops? I told you I saw someone die last night. Initially, So he did. It was late and I was tired. I assumed Stella put up a little joke after dragging you into the woods. Anyways, does it really matter? Some old farmer disappeared after going hunting in the middle of the woods at night. So what? Something like that was bound to happen eventually, and frankly, you're lucky it didn't happen to you. Still, they had quite a few questions about you, Frosty Matt. Before you ask, don't worry. I told them that you're an upstanding citizen, but I'd rather not waste my time talking to cops. It's irritating, and that is already and this is already a very difficult week. Just don't put anything else on my plate right now, okay? We're chased through the woods by monsters, and you're worried about the cops? Yeah, I'm worried about the cops. I'm busy and I don't like talking to them. What is up with you and Stella? We just have a history, that's all. I don't need to explain myself to you. I'm sorry. Good. I gotta get to work. But listen, you'd better stay out of trouble today. I want you home by sunset. I don't want to hear complaints. Just do what I ask. We won't have any more problems. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset. Your cousin huffily exits the kitchen. Her footsteps fade down the hall, ending in the characteristic creak, then slam the front door as it opens and closes behind her. Once again, you're the only human being in the estate. Time to start your day. After last night, the last thing you need to do is to decide you're not going to leave this day, you're going. I'm gonna make a PB&J and then investigate the garden. Probably just a raccoon, but then uncertainty voice saw nausea you, compulsing you to investigate only to prove that was nothing. At the very least, you don't see anything now. Investigate further. Wander further into the garden, trying to pinpoint the spot where the thing had been lurking, if indeed there had been a thing to begin with. Check the ground for clues. You crouch down, pushing aside the greenery to examine the soft earth. A boot print, a big boot print, and what looks like some kind of viscera. Your thoughts turn to the specter from the night before. Snap a quick photo just in case it comes in handy later. What? With that, you head back inside. Time to figure out what to do with the rest of your day. Head to town! Tabitha isn't here to stop you now. You head outside back to the mountain path that leads to town. The walk back to town is much less pleasant today than it was yesterday, when you didn't yet know that the woods were full of monsters and strange men who know your name. Alright, let's continue. Okay, so quickly, I recorded these chapters on 2 different days on accident, just because I really wanted to play the second chapter right after the first one, but unfortunately I had to go to bed, so I didn't have the time, and I played a bit, and now I am in a different household, so it's gonna look weird in the video, but just go on, it's fine. This is just an update. Okay, the walk back to town is much less pleasant today than it was yesterday, when you didn't yet know that the woods are full of monsters and strange men who know your name. You stare anxiously into the darkness between the trees, searching for any sign of movement, but the woods are still, at least for now. Are still, at least for now. I was gonna say something. The autumn-tinged mountains, sprawling for miles in every direction, now feel less like beautiful scenery and more like the walls of a cage. Almost back to town. Continue down the path. You make it to town in one piece. No creatures jumped out at you. No scary men blocked your path. So everything is fine. The sight of other people is comforting, helping you forget the things you've witnessed as if they happened to someone else. Oh, hey, Frosty Matt. We were just talking about you. I stopped by. Oh, I thought that was Sybil talking. We were just talking about you. I stopped by Sybil's to pick up her new tea blend, and well, you're the biggest thing to come into town since the coal mine. Folks have been absolutely buzzing about you. You went out with Stella last night, right? Did something happen out there? Out there, she barely even waved when she walked by. Damn, this is so much lying with street smart. Tell Avery the whole truth. You tell Avery everything that happened last night. I have no idea what those things were, but they killed Duke and whoa, 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 slow down. Duke's dead? It's true, I'm afraid. That's awful. Has anyone told Bo? Yeah, he's taken as well as he can imagine. I'll be going up to check on him today, the poor lad. I can't even believe you had to see that, Frosty Matt. Oh, that's Avery again. I can't even believe you had to see that, Frosty Matt. Tell you what, I'm on break for the next half hour. How about you swing by the diner when he can fix you some of Sybil's new blend and try to calm your nerves? It's chaga and lemon balm. It's always helped me on the bad days. And if you need to talk about what happened, I'm all ears. Anyways, it's up to you. See you around, Proximat. See you, Sybil.
Take care now, Avery.
Tell Avery the truth about last night. Nice. I better get.
I'd better get back to it myself. I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning, if only to see how you were holding up. Please don't hesitate to stop by if I could be of any help.
What aren't you telling us? Yeah, she definitely knows. If she knew about the monsters, then she definitely knows more. What aren't you telling us? You're awfully relaxed given everything you told us last night.
Don't mistake my calm demeanor for complacency. We all have our parts to play.
So she knows what's going on.
I've shared what I know about the ditchlings, and I trust that you, Stella, and Kaneka have what it takes to get to the bottom of things. I'm so sorry to cut our conversation short, but I've got things I need tending to. Stay safe, Frosty Matt, and God bless.
I think that voice fits, right? It might be a bit annoying, but like, I think it's pretty good. And with that, you are alone on Main Street. What to do with the rest of your morning? Let me swing by the diner. I said I'd go to the diner. The diner is a little quiet today, but the air is still heavy with the tantalizing smell of breakfast. Warn the patrons of the danger. Everyone listen! Listen to me, please! There are monsters in the hills. If you value your life, you'll leave this place as soon as you can.
Someone had fun in the woods with Stella last night, huh?
Nobody seems to be taking you very seriously. Talk to Avery. Coffee date. Get coffee with Avery. You slide into the booth across from Avery. Hey there, stranger. Before you can exchange words, Winnie slides up a fresh mug of tea in her hand.
Heard you might need this.
The answer to 29 down is oink, by the way. Oh, what? But the clue is pen sound. How is that the sound a pen makes? Wait, pen like pig pen? Are you kidding me? How was I supposed to guess that? I forgot to do his voice. I don't know why even bother with those things. They're just gonna frustrate you. But I can't do voices at all, can I? I am a terrible voice actor. It's just something to do to fill the time, but maybe I should switch to Sudoku. Maybe you should. When he leaves Avery contemplating daily newspaper puzzles, returning to her seat behind the counter. So, thanks for telling me about last night. If you really want to get into the grisly details, you can tell me, I won't judge. I guess we could chat about last night, but I actually came here because I wanted to get to know you. Let me try my tea first. It doesn't take a sip of your tea. It tastes like you're drinking a mold that someone tried to unsuccessfully spruce up with lemon balm. Ew. Yeah. I probably should have warned you about the tea. Chaga does not mess around. It's supposed to be super healthy for you, and it sure tastes like it. It's a challenging drink. I don't want to flirt with him because I'm already flirting with Stella, and I don't want to just be like one of those guys. Mm, I want to tell him. I want to, yeah, give every detail possible. I don't care if he doesn't believe me or anything. I'm thinking of this realistically. I'm not gonna like go flirting around with people after like I've witnessed that. Maybe I'll joke around a bit as like a defense mechanism, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, haha, like, yeah, I want to get to know you when I just witnessed this guy die. You share everything. Glad to have someone to talk to about the horrors you witnessed. Whoa, that's some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. Monster in the woods? I may not have lived here long, but I've never heard of anything like that happening around these parts. How exciting. Now that I think about it, when the cops came in for their morning coffee, they mentioned something about going out to the woods to look for someone. Ah, okay. It must have been Duke. They seemed so disconnected from it. I figure it can be very serious, but wow.
Small town cops not knowing how to do their job sounds about right. What am I gonna make my guy a skeptic? Oh, they seemed weirdly suspicious of me. That makes the most sense. But I would think that too. With how calm they were, I would definitely say that. But the cops are in it. I don't know, but how they just were so unconcerned. It's suspicious. I I don't know. They come here most days and they always just seem bored to me. The worst they usually have to deal with around here is property disputes. I don't think they're used to actual emergencies. At least that's how it's been as long as I've lived here. I hadn't pegged you as a transplant. Where are you from? As a transplant. I moved here from Charlotte, gosh, 3 years ago now? Maybe a little more. I've lost track. Aunt Winnie offered me a place to stay and a job, and who was I to pass up that sort of generosity? To be honest, it still feels like I just moved in. Practically everyone apart from the Cole folks grew up in this town, so it's like I'm the perpetual new kid. Don't get me wrong, folks here are plenty polite and friendly, but there is a shared history I'll never be a part of. Why'd you leave Charlotte, if you don't mind me asking? Nah, it's cool. I was having some issue with my folks around my education. It sure wasn't great, especially since I was still stuck under their roof. When my aunt heard about it, she offered me a job and a place to stay, and the rest is history. I get it, I felt out of place the whole time I've been here. Uh, and take me with you. Mm, do you regret moving here? I don't think I had the choice to have second thoughts. I'm not going anywhere without Aunt Winnie, and there's no way she's leaving this place. I get it. No, I've had some nice people, so I'm not gonna say that. But I still have felt like an outsider, especially with the cops. So this is a bit of both. Yeah, you should get out of here before things get any worse. If you have a car, drive away. There's no way I could get Aunt Winnie to leave, and I'm not going anywhere without her. Not after everything she's done for me. Even if there are monsters in the hills, I'd rather face what's ever coming head on than start someplace new without my family. Oh man, it looks like my shift is starting. I hope you're doing a bit better. Maybe the chug has had a chance to start working its magic. I'm gonna keep my ears open for you. The diner is where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentioned those monsters or anything else strange or unusual. Avery slips out of the booth, giving a friendly half wave before disappearing into the back. You leave the diner, ready to continue your day. Swing by the general store. Did I say I'd meet Stella at the library? Yeah. A young man sits at the table by the register, too preoccupied with his phone to care that you stepped in. Um, do you know how to get, where's Kaneka? Or would I introduce myself first? Hi, I'm Frosty Matt. I just got to town yesterday. I'm Miles. Miles Morales? Where's Kaneka? Library. I wasn't supposed to work today, but she had to duck. Something about helping her YouTuber friend research monsters. Sounds mad fake to me. You should leave town. There are monsters in the woods. I've been talking to my mom too much. Oh, this is Kaneka's brother. Do you know how to get to the mines? Maps are free. You take a map of the town. The mines are a couple of miles away, but now you have the power to visit your cousin of your own free will. Nice. See ya, Miles. Now I'm gonna do this like I'm not gonna
worry about his phone and stuff after the things I've seen. I mean, she could steal stuff. After, ooh, I could visit. No, I need to go to the library. Enter the former town hall. What once must have been a stately foyer has since been converted in rows of shelves. Meeting rooms and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. Oh, hey. Settle in at Stella's table. Just Stella and point out all the books before heading over to your table. Got nothing better to do right now. Might as well join Stella. Turn around and leave. We're not getting pulled into more of Stella's hijinks. Visit your cousin instead. Settle in at Stella's table. Get over to Stella's table bleh, and settle in. Fancy seeing you here. We're trying to research the creatures we ran into last night if you want to join. Sybil said she was waiting for you to get into town, so I assume we're all caught up on the ditchling stuff. Morning, Frosty Matt. You look tired. Haha, the estate isn't the easiest place to get a good 8 hours. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'm pretty amped up actually. I've never done a Scooby-Doo before. Connect, you can't just tell someone they look tired. It was hard to fall asleep last night, all things considered. I can't say I got a wink myself. Yeah, same. Anyways, I guess we should get started. Oh my god, Gretchen is so cute. Before you dig in, you remember the boot print you found in the garden. Show your photo to Stella and Kaneka. Hey, before we dig in, I found something in the garden this morning. You hold up your phone and show Kaneka and Stella the photo you took in the garden. These prints were in the bushes with a clear line of sight to my window. Dang, that's creepy. Are you okay? What is that liquid around it? It looks like pus. Those boots are too big to be that Tabitha's. I can't say I'm thrilled at the thought of someone watching my room. I don't know if there's a connection here, but it felt worth bringing up. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know if there's a connection here, but it felt worth bringing up. Do you think it could be that Krapus outside the general store last night? He knew your name, and those boot prints match up with the mining getup. Whoa, apparently I missed a lot last night, huh? You're not talking about Wayne, are you? The guy that keeps coming to my mom's tea room. I think there's something really wrong with him. Yeah, we are. I wonder if there's any connection between that guy and what happened in the woods last night. I'm not gonna do voices, I'm just gonna talk normally. Yeah, I wonder if there's any connection between that guy and what happened in the woods last night. Like what? I mean, I don't have anything specific, but we do have that whole prophecy of impending doom. Angle to explore at this photo is weird. I can't stop thinking about those splatters on the ground. If whoever left those prints is sick, maybe it's from the creature you encountered. Hey there, strangers. I have to give every new character a voice, at least for a little bit. And literal stranger. Oh, we won't be strangers for long. Yes. We won't be strangers for long. I'm Frosty Matt. Oh my god, look at the way she's looking at me. I'm rizzing. Oh gosh, hi, I'm Oscar Gutierrez, Chief Librarian and only librarian. Frosty Matt's in town for the funeral. Oh, I should have known you were Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well. I was still a little kid when she left. But that Scarlet resemblance is strong. Not that it's a bad thing. Oscar's amazing. He's practically built this library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here got to grow up with. They don't know how good they have it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple shelves of boring books donated by old people. Y'all are too kind. But speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting in any trouble out there. You know the crowd she hangs around with. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up to the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff.
I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. Street Explorer, what's the old Maxwell place? Kids are smarter than you think. She can take care of herself. What's the old Maxwell place? There's this great old abandoned spot, and it's practically a magnet for young people. Even honor students aren't free from its call. I can't believe I used to be so reckless. The floors there were like Swiss cheese. I should really have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. Hmm, I don't like the thoughts of teens getting up to mischief with all those ditchlings in the woods. Ditchlings? That's actually why we came in today. Have you heard of them? Apparently seeing one's supposed to mean a disaster's around the corner. Doesn't ring a bell. Dang, worth a shot. Okay, if you were, say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking? Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try and figure out what sort of disaster this region typically falls prey to. I should be worried. Should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll be right back. Gonna go nab some books. Some more books. Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen. Oh, you don't have to worry about her, Stella. You're such a good dog. Aren't you, Gretchen? Here, have a biscuit, old gal. Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. I'm pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry, barking up the, yeah, anyhow, by following the town. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out in those woods. But I literally saw the thing. It's nothing that we can't get to the bottom of. Whatever out there, the woods have been brutalizing the local wildlife. A man's already dead. I'd say it's plenty of reason to play it safe. I'm going to try calling Rosalina again. I'm sure she's fine, really. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting in trouble, and we'll have to make sure to keep our eyes peeled. Frosty Matt, if you see a 13-year-old girl with black braids and glasses, would you let her know her dad is worried about her? Oscar anxiously walks off, phone in hand. Got him. Just grabbed a whole mess of local history books. Stella sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair. Alright, this is going to be so much faster with the two of you here to help out. Got our snacks, got our books. Let's get this research party started. Reading awaits. Flip through Veins of Scarlet, A History of the Scarlet Hollow Mines. Flip through, I think I do have to do that one first. Flip through Silas Scarlet Soldier, Woodsman Leader. Flip through, no, I'm gonna obviously do the work. Flip through Apalachian Folk Monsters. Veins of Scarlet. Forced into retirement at age 50 due to a war injury from his time in India Wars. Exasperated by a short saint serving as captain of the Confederacy. Silas Scarlet also lost his eldest two sons to the bloodiest of wars, leaving his third eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mines. Under his leadership, the mines prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country. I should actually like remember these stuff, I think. I think this will be important. Let me focus up. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town in what it is today. With expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all the elegant Scarlet estate that was until 1895 the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. Culminating in the tragic collapse in 1918, it was found that Charles Saw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse and the deaths of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. That is actually crazy. The casualties include Andrew Jackson Scarlett's son, Theodore, his brother Enoch the Fifth, or Enoch Five, Enoch V, who was a Scarlet who had taken over their aging father during the bustle of the war, managed to pull the mine from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. So this is how your family made its fortune. Flip, flip through Celeste Scarlet Soldier, Woodsman Leader. Yeah, I'm more curious about the Scarlets now. Silas Everett Scarlett was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlett in 1818, one of the 12 siblings. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the Army in 1836. He quickly rose through the ranks in part due to his father's connection, also due to a particular ruthlessness for which he received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlett. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and he settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlet Hollow. Alright, but it started as a simple log cabin built by Silas's own two hands, occupied by his family of 10. Silas, his wife, Mary Joseph Scarlett, and their 8 children. Logging businesses brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and brought the surroundings to the hillside at the great discount, cleverly hiding what he knew about the land's true values. Thus, he had all the resources to found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. You're finished with this one. Explore, flip through a pelican folk monsters. Look at Gretchen. A few entries catch your eye. Ooh, you're done here. Okay. Wampus cat. Uh, large cat-like creature with loud howling voices at 10 said to sound like a woman crying out in pain. Tommy knockers. Tailipo, small creature with long tail and wide yellow eyes. That's the closest thing to it, right? Oh, okay, maybe that too. Here, let me check a Tailipo first. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both of their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out of the corner of the eye, a corner of his eye. Some small creature had gotten into cabin through the hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he's drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his action. But it was quick and ran back through its hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only its black tail, shot off by the hunter's rifle. Guess that this'll have to do, he said to the dog, and threw the tail in a pot to cook up the soup. He and the dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into bed satisfied, and his dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbing across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot of the covers where he'd been. And in the gloom, he saw two big yellow eyes staring right at him. I want my Tailipo, a high hoarse voice croaked from the darkness. I want my Tailipo. High horse voice, right? That's how it'd be. Go away! He screamed at the thing. But it stepped closer to him, still shrouded in darkness, the sound of long claws dragging across the hardwood accompanying its movements. I want my tail, Ipo, Wipo, the creature growled again. I'll get my dog after you. I'll get my dog after you. What? I'll get my dog after you, the hunter squeaked, his voice catching his throat with fear, but there was no dog to be seen.
I want my talipo! Before the hunter could so much as scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretched out towards the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning, all that remained of the hunter, his dog, and his cabin was a chimney, standing alone in the woods. Wampus cat, a large cat-like creature, or okay, Tommyknockers. This one sounded like what it might be, causing mischief. And it lives in the caves, or in the mines, I guess, right? Could be in the mines? Tommyknockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in the Alpacian mines. They're named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures take stolen hammers to the supports of mines and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to still be inside. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim that they are the spirits of dead miners, forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. Okay, that one was quick. I like that. I'm gonna speed through this one because I don't think this one will be important. Often linked to a Cherokee legend, some cite the Wampusca as originated from the story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon from driving her husband mad. She hunted it down by wearing a bobcat mask tricked it using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of their region from its evil. Others say that the creature comes from the story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wild cat to witness the forbidden hunting rites. The hunter of her village gather to perform the rites, and she watches in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. From her indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Her calls are those of great sadness and serve as a warning to anyone who dares go against tradition. You're done here. You close the book and put it back. I think I'm all done. Let's check in. Alright, we're going with with what Kaneka's mom told us last night. I think we can rule out any natural disasters at what brought the ditchlings here. But not nuclear incidents. It looks like our state has a history with those. What about y'all? Find anything? A cat! A handsome black cat leaps on the table almost on instinct. Stella slams her book shut. What did she find in her book? Oh, hey, Pixel. You might want to close your book. He loves to. Oh, okay. To rip up any paper he can find. Haha, don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treats. Oh my god. Gretchen looks so sad. Pixel immediately goes to town on Stella's treats. Sorry if Pixel's bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. He can't stand the thought that the people might pay attention to anything that isn't him. Why'd you let a paper shredder friendly wanderer elaborate? I don't need to know that. Paper shredder friendly wanderer library. That's funny to say though. See, I made them laugh. Have you seen this little guy's face? How could I say no to that? Leave Pixel be. Oh, I wish I could talk to Pixel. The cat curls up on the table, fast asleep. Alright, I'd better get back to shelving. Let me know if y'all need anything. Oh, I wish I could talk to Gretchen too. Do you think there's a cult here? Ooh, okay, talk about Scarlet, talk about Alpacian folk monsters. Think Wayne factors into any of this? Why don't we just help look for Rosalina? What do y'all think? Um, Let me say that. Have you had any luck with Rosalina? Haha, not yet. I knew a teen would be a handful, but I didn't think it would happen overnight. I'll probably head out once we're all done and check out on her usual haunts. Stella, what was that you were saying about nuclear incidents? Yeah, that sounds important. We're talking about the Goldsboro thing, right? Haha, yeah. Apparently in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up midair and dropped a couple of bombs. Fascinating bit of history there. The first of the two bombs landed upright after its parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully, it didn't go off. At the time, the government claimed that the bomb was unarmed, but it later came out that the only thing preventing a detonation was a single electrical switch that failed to trigger on descent. And 60 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered. Right? It was conventional explosive, disintegrated midair, but most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they just buried it and sealed it up. I don't think disarming nuclear bombs is part of our skill set. Of the bombs somewhere else, why would there be so many ditchlings here? Yeah, absolutely not. Also, Goldsboro is almost 400 miles from here. I think we're good. I'm just saying you never know with the radiation. We actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters, and a 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its own hundreds of miles away and kill us here. You never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb-worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. I've missed this. Whisper. Do you think there's a cult here? You lean in quietly and whisper to Stella and Kaneka. Do you guys think there's like a cult here? The cops were awfully suspicious, almost like they're trying to cover something up. No, maybe they just were like summoning a lot of folks here, feel tense and closed off. Yeah, the cops are weird. Those cops were awfully suspicious last night. Really weird wait, let me check the cat. So cute. The cops were awfully suspicious last night. Real weird combination of being dismissive and trying to pin things on me. I don't know, it just feels like a cover-up. Yeah, that was pretty bad, but I'm not sure that they really have it in them to be part of a cult. Definitely, I don't think they're capable of putting in the effort. Hmm. I want to save the wing thing for the end, right? Talk about... Hmm. This is interesting because of the war, right? But I honestly... I know it doesn't really matter the order, probably. So about the coal mines here, yeah, I think this... Oh. I know this is important, though. I'd get cold says just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who work up there. I could never. Oh, I think her dad worked there or something. Because it looks like her dad's dead. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevice. La la. What happened after the mining collapse? A union busting mine collapse from poor work conditions. Color me shocked. Maybe the ditchlings are here to foretell another collapse? What happened after the mine collapse? The book kinda just glosses over that. There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. There's not a whole lot written about the past century here. Yeah, the Scarlet Hollow mine isn't exactly the most ethically run business. I'm sure Tabby runs the mines better than Charles Shaw did. Still hasn't let the union in though, right? Or no, she didn't even say right. There's a reason she and I don't talk. Color me shocked. Yeah, you guys really seem to have a bone to pick with Charles Shaw. Thus happens when someone directly causes a monumental disaster, especially in a small town like this. People tend to spit when they hear your name. You got run out of town on the rail, you know. It's not a figure of speech. Back then, they actually tied you to a rail and ran you out of town. There's a big mural of it over on the far wall. You got off easy if you ask me. Color me shocked. I don't really feel the need to say that. Hmm. Dogs and mines poisoning a town. Wayne seems sick. I'm not sure how they'd tie it in, but the mines seem important. The whole town is built around them. How would they tie in? Yeah, the mind scene. That I think that makes the most sense. Maybe the ditchlings are warning us about another collapse, writing it down on the list of potential disasters. Yes, Stella, that's morbid, and besides, it was all Charles Shaw's fault. The labor market is way more strict now. There's no way you could get away with that kind of safety cutbacks he pulled. But y'all don't actually think the mine is about to collapse, right? No. Phew, you had me worried there for a sec. I hate to give Tabitha any credit, but the mines is safer now than it was back then. You never know. Um, do you think Wayne factors into any of this? We should check out the mines. I think we should head back to the hoods. Oh my god, there's so many options. Talk about Silas Scarlet. Because this is important too, right? I'm trying to go based on what I think is most important to least. Rich guy in the south, I should have known it wouldn't be pretty. I should have known it wouldn't be pretty. Guess he was a part of a different time. Who knows the future generations or think when they look back on us. Um, wow, all that about self-made man seems like a really great dude. Not saying that. This town is stuck in the past. Don't see what it has to do with bad omens or creatures in the wild. Here for retribution. It wouldn't be pretty. Do you think the ditchlings are here for retribution? I don't really think the explore ones are anything I want to say there. That seems tenuous. I actually can't speak. It is tenuous though. Assuming Konexo's mom is right, they're here as an omen, not because they're going to do something themselves. And I think we know how I feel on that matter. Talk about the, yeah, folk monsters. Wampuscat kind of sounds like they could be mountain lions. That's what I was thinking. That tails, I've totally forgotten about it. Did that one. It scared me so bad I didn't eat soup for years. I thought a monster might try and dig out of my stomach if I did. Haha, I love that one. There's this old chimney in the woods that I used to think was the chimney from Tilpo. The one that was left after the thing did whatever it did. Now I know that's just because chimneys don't burn down and wooden houses do. That doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Tilpo. I've camped out there a couple of times and seen some pretty spooky stuff. Oh yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. You're gonna get rabies one of these days chasing after wildlife like that. What can I say? I like to live life on the edge. Do you think the ditchlings are Tommy knockers? What's with the whole warning thing? Good thought, but Tommy knockers live in the mines. That's like their whole thing. I'm gonna write it down though. Tommy knockers are literally just the sounds happen when a bunch of rocks and woods are about to collapse. Are they, or are they sound of mysterious creatures pounding on the rocks in support beams a hammer to cause a collapse? There's simply no way to know. Wampus cats kinda sound like they could be mountain lions. Voice like a woman crying out there somewhere between person size and cat size. Definitely, they're 100% mountain lions. Kaneko, you know there are no mountain lions up here. I thought you were supposed to be a skeptic. But the myths are old, right? Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Alpacians that long ago. Those legends just haven't died off yet. Almost everything cryptid can be tracked down to either a hoax or someone getting confused about a perfectly normal animal, sometimes both. Bigfoot, for instance, started as a prank, then folks saw bears walking around on their hind legs and got freaked out, and now here we are. You'll eat those words when I get the first clear footage of Bigfoot. If you manage that, I'll print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real. Bigfoot isn't real, and literally eat it, I promise. I'm holding you to it. Let's move on. Do you think Wayne factors in any of this? Honestly, wouldn't be shocked. There's something seriously wrong with him. Like I can viscerally feel it in my guts. Maybe he's sick. Maybe it has something to do with what you saw in the woods. I don't know. I'd buy it. Why don't we just help look for Rosalina? If there's a missing kid in town, that's probably way more important than whatever else would be doing. Just to clarify, I don't think she's missing. She's just out with her friends and ignoring her poor old man. Not that I don't appreciate your concern. I don't even know where to look aside from the old Maxwell place. What do teens even like to do these days? You don't have to worry about checking up on her there. I'm going there myself once I'm finished shelving. Just let me know if you run into her while you're out. There's an awful lot of mine-related stuff in my notes. Maybe that should be our next stop. We can poke around, find out if anyone's seen anything weird. Just to clarify, you're suggesting we go to question some of the miners, right? We are not poking around unprepared in the actual mines, right? Oh, she wants to go. Right? Yeah, totally, 100%. I would never. We don't have a good reason to go down there. Good, let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. I promise Neeks we're just going to question some of the miners. And if that question gives us a good reason to poke around, say a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I am not going underground. I'm just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. And hey, maybe we'll luck out and run into Rosalina while we're looking around. Okay, good, and hopefully we can find out what happened to Wayne while we're at it. I get it. Doesn't really matter what I say here. We're going to go along with your plan. No, I'm not going to say that. For the record, this wasn't my idea. Do we have to? This seems like a lot of work. Um, to get to know Tabitha. I'm sure Tabitha's going to love that we're snooping around. Alright, but let's try and stay under the radar. Awesome, rest roll. Maybe Tabitha can help us out. Haha. I don't think she'd be super. No, I don't think she'd be super jazzed. Uh, to see any of us snooping around the mines. I can't imagine what she'd do if we actually bothered her while she's trying to run the place. She does get a little grumpy when she's at work. She gets grumpier at work. I'm pretty sure pissed is that girl's baseline level of existence. Chatting over dinner might be a better way to get to know her. If you're okay eating boxed mac and cheese, we can sneak around the mines no problem. She won't even know we were there. Look at us going out on a caper together. I missed this. I missed it too. Though there is something missing. Reese. I really miss that dude. I can't believe how long it's been. Have you seen him lately? No, I tried to plan stuff, but he's been too sick. I didn't realize it was getting so bad. That poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. He seems excited to meet Frosty Matt. Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Hell yeah, let's do it. See you, Oscar. We'll let you know if we run into Rosalina. Thanks, guys. I'll keep you all posted. Spend some time in the library on Tuesday. Reese's home stands at the edge of the forest wall, an isolated buffer, cushioning the rest of the town from an unending wilderness. Reese, it's Stella. I brought some buddies too. Shh, not so loud. He's sleeping. Can I help you with something? The woman in the doorway stares directly into your eyes. You can practically feel her simmering irritation washing over you. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out. Nothing strenuous, we promise. I'm not going to wake him up if he's sleeping. He probably needs it. Whatever you have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now anyways. Oh no, poor Reese. It's been so long since either of us have gotten a chance to hang out with him. I'm sure he and Frosty Matt will get along super well too. Offer her your boiled peanuts. We're just going for a light walk, and I've heard such great things about your son. Stella, if Bruce is that sick, we should be dragging him along on adventures. Now let's bring him out. I've heard such great things about your son. I'm only in town for a few more days, and it'd be a shame if I didn't get the chance to meet him. Dr. Kelly looks you up and down and sighs. Alright, you in. Let's go. He's usually feeling his best around mid-afternoon. Why don't you come over tomorrow? We can have some supper and y'all can hang out for a bit. I don't promise that he'll be perky, but I'm sure it'll brighten up his spirits to see you two again. I'm sure he'll be happy to meet you too, Frosty Matt. That would be great. I can bring a side dish, maybe deviled eggs. Does he still eat those? No, eggs are a little much for him. They don't settle well. You can leave the cooking to me. I know what he can handle. Okay, I'll bring soda then. That's not... Okay, yeah, fine. You can bring soda. Nothing with caffeine, ginger ale, preferably. Oh, and I leave the dog at home. She might cheer him up, you know. They have those therapy dogs in hospital. No dogs! The thick so much, Dr. Kelly. Will stop bothering you now. See you later. Dr. Kelly nods in acknowledgement and quickly shuts the door. The sound as several locks clicking into place can be heard from within. God, that woman makes me so nervous. She used to be nice when we were kids. Always had the best stickers when we had to get our shots. Maybe she's just stressed about race. Or maybe she's just nice to kids. Either way, I guess it's just the three of us. You gonna drive? Yeah, sorry, I don't like the thought of going up there without the van. Cool, I'll take my shortcut then. It shouldn't take long for me to get there. You're welcome to tag along, Frosty Matt. Don't worry, I won't be offended if you'd rather ride with Kaneka. I'm sure you're probably sick of the woods. Either way works for me. Alright, Stella, what is actually up with you and cars? The mines have got to be away. What? What's actually up with you and cars? The mines have got to be a ways off, right? I'll just. No, I won't ask that now. Walk with Stella. I'll walk with Stella. Walk with Stella to the mines. We'll meet you there. The woods are calm and serene compared to last night, though you can't help but feel that danger lurks just beyond the trees. Hey, thanks for coming along with us. With Gretchen and me, I mean. I hope I haven't seemed too cold about everything that happened last night. The truth is, I'm barely keeping myself together. I just don't know how to let it out. Duke died out there last night, and I can't stop thinking that might have been my fault. If only I didn't drag you along in the woods. If only I did anything when everything went sideways. Stella pauses, searching for what to say. It's like there's this guilt boiling under my skin. But the only way I can process what happened is by turning off that part of me that feels things. When I'm around other people, it's like I think of Duke dying as just a thing that happened, like it's just part of another video. Because if I actually admit to other people that I feel something, then I'd have to admit to myself that what happened is my fault. I don't know how to break this to you, but if you didn't hesitate late night, we all might have gotten out there alive. You were so cool and the corrected in the library. What happened? What happened? We have to make the choice to. What happened happened. Toughen up. I can't have you falling for me this week. Oh, you're so cool and collected in the library. What happened? I don't know. It's probably just because I was in a familiar place, surrounded by so many people. It's easier to put on a show when you haven't had the time to process stuff, and you can almost trick yourself with that show too. I figured you might relate. The conversation comes to a dramatic halt with you and Stella and Gretchen, all whirling to face the source of the sound. Whoa, calm down, girl. It's just a bird. The same probably goes for the two of us. Haha, I guess we're all a little on edge. Let's hurry to the mine. It shouldn't be much further. Kaneko casually leans against her van as you and Stella emerge from the woods. Hey, y'all have a good walk? Yeah, it was great. I mean, not that you were missing out or anything. You didn't run into any of those creatures, did you? Nope. That makes sense. They're probably nocturnal. I don't know if I should feel relieved or disappointed. But we're all here. What's the plan? I guess we just gotta take for a look at Gretchen. Oh my god. Look at that face. I guess we just gotta talk to people. I guess so. I should probably be on lookout duty. I'm a bit of a persona non grata in the mines. Tabitha? Yeah, I might have tried sneaking in to talk to her a time or two too many. And Gretchen makes it extra hard to be sneaky. We're probably less likely to get caught if only one of us is snooping around down there. If Stella's on lookout duty and only one of us is going in, what's the third person doing? I call dibs. I'd love to do a good sneak. Talk to me, so you should do a Kaneka. Stella's on like a duty and only one of us going. What's the third person doing? You know those cheesy rom-coms where someone wears an earpiece on their first date? Whoa, do you have some kind of surveillance rig in the back of your van that I didn't know about? What? No. I have a pair of earbuds, a really good mic. We can just do a group call. I think you'll need my number if you want to do this through a group call. Um, if you want to, yeah. Yeah, that would be important, wouldn't it? I could have sworn we swapped numbers at some point. Weird. We really should have done this sooner. We quietly swap contact info with Stella and Kaneka. I call dibs. I love to do a good sneak. You're gonna do great. Kaneka hands you a pair of earbuds. We can feed you questions if you get stuck, and can give you a heads up at Tabitha's headed your way. Dang, I miss doing this sort of thing with you. You're so thorough. Aw, thanks. I do my best. I guess we should part ways and start the call, yeah? Stella and Kaneka break off, leaving you alone at the entrance to the mines. Your phone buzzes. Hey, can you hear us? Try saying something. Won't won't people notice I've got earbuds on? Nope, can't hear you. Very funny. You're coming through crystal clear on my end. Nothing to do but enter the worksite. Enter. You pass through the unlocked fence and enter the property of the Scarlet Hollow Mines. You pass, I'm in. Alright, Morpheus, good to know. Main office to find your cousin. Yeah, go straight to the main office to find your cousin. I'm not sneaking in. Make your way to the trailer in the middle of camp. Stella and Connect are about to hang up. Enter. Visit Tabitha's office during clandestine investigation. You enter Tabitha's trailer and find her sitting at her desk, her head buried in her hands. What are you doing here? And what are those ridiculous things in your ears? Oh crap, good luck. Sorry, Frosty Matt. Is that Stella and Kaneka? Are you spying on me? Tabitha snatches the earbuds out of your ears and throws them to the ground. Typical phone-addicted city dweller. Ugh. What do you want? Quick, before I kick you out. I can just leave if you want. I just need to... I need you to take what's going on serious. I need you to take me seriously. No, we left thing now, so... Yes. And what, pray tell, do you think is going on that I'm not taking seriously? What monster of the week has Stella convinced you is prowling in the woods? Hmm, interesting. She would actually like this is a good one to say. I think there might be a mind collapse soon. The creature I saw last night are supposed to be some sort of portent of doom. I'm just doing whatever I can to keep people safe. Look, I get it. I really do. Stella's a knack for spinning people into hysterices over shadows. But the only credible threat to the miners right now is me not being able to do my job. Coal is a tough industry, Frosty Matt, as I'm sure you know. The seams in these hills aren't exactly untapped either. This mine has been operating for almost 200 years. It'll run dry at some point, maybe even my lifetime. I'll do whatever I have to if it means this place lasts just for a little longer. Over 100 people work for me, and for each of those people, this is it. This is the best job they're ever going to get. I don't like doing layoffs. I don't like doing cuts. I don't like seeing my childhood home crumble around me. But every day I get up and do what needs to be done to save this town from ruin. Not that I believe anything when it comes to Stella and monsters, but who cares if you two saw a harbinger of doom? I see that every day. Leave it at that. Look, I'm kind of swamped right now. I was actually getting ready for a big meeting when you walked in. But if you want, you can just wait here for an hour or so and I could swing back when I'm done and pick you up. Just don't around bothering my men. Don't move a muscle. Don't so much as make eye contact with them. They're supposed to be working. I'll see you then. Tabitha leaves the room. As soon as she's gone, he places Kaneka's earbuds back in your ear. Hey, is everything good? I'm going to see if I could find some miners to talk to. I think she's hiding something. That woman's hiding a lot of things, but if some of those things are related to what's happening in town, oh, come on. Neeks, cut Frosty Mess some slack. Tabby's not that bad. She totally is, though. No use sticking around here. Back outside to continue your investigation. Yep. You stop in your tracks, a shivering running up your spine. An unfortunate familiar voice calls out to you. You shouldn't have come here. It's dangerous. Um, was that you in the garden this morning? You don't have to be afraid of me. I am the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget that, even if it's already too late to stop what's going to happen next. What's going to happen? Yeah, were you? Yeah, where were you? Yeah, where were you while I was in the woods? What's going to happen? But before you can say another word, the figure is gone. Hey, Frosty Matt, are you still there? We've just been getting static from you. Oh, don't mind me. Our new friend just stopped by to say hello. Whoa, I thought I saw you talking to someone down there. Are you okay? He said some real ominous shit to me. I am the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety, that sort of thing. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Yeah, I care about your safety. Aw, thanks, Stella. I'm not about to back down. Wayne trying to make me leave just means that we're going on the right track. I'm not about to back down. Wow, so brave. Heck yeah, Frosty Matt, we've got your back. As you leave Tabitha's office, you take a moment to get your bearings, only to be interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eyes. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill. Hey, I think I just saw Rosalina. Wait, really? What's she doing here? Clearly she's doing a delinquency. Uh, we should call Oscar. Let's handle that after we catch up with her. You rush over the hill and get your bearings, the sounds of active mining fading into the distance. Rosalina is nowhere to be found, but dusty footprints point towards a nearby mine. She didn't. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut as a secret hangout spot these days. But the Shaw mine? That place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse that killed over 100 people. And here I thought Stella was going to be the one to drag me into an abandoned coal mine. Have teens always been like this? I feel like I really missed out on my risk-taking years. I guess we should go after her, right? Yep. Yeah, let's head in before someone gets hurt. Boy, sure you want to tag along, Neeks? Frosty and I can handle this on our own. Yeah, I'm sure. As much as I hate confined spaces, I'm not about to let Rosalina get hurt in there. Even if it means I have to go underground. Stella and Kaneka disappear in the mines. Before you follow, you briefly wonder if you should let Tabitha know about this. Call her. You pull out your phone, dial your cousin. What is it? You know I'm in a meeting. A kid just snuck into the Shaw mines. I figured you should know. What? Are you serious? Why do things keep happening to me? Oh, whatever. I'll be over there as soon as I can. Just stay where you are and wait for me, alright? God, I didn't even know I'm trying to reason with you. It's not like you'll listen. I called you, as a courtesy, but I'm not going to wait around for you. Uh, I called you as a courtesy, but I'm not going to wait around for you. I swear to God. I'm sorry, but my mind's made up. Where did I see friends? You hang up the call, follow Kaneka and Stella in the mines. You take a deep breath and follow your new friends into the mine. The inside of the mine is warmer than you expected. The air thick and wet. The ceiling hangs much lower than you are tall, forcing you and your companions to hunch over, your legs bent in a painful squat as you begin to navigate its maze of corridors. I told you he would. For a second there, Kaneka thought you were making a Bellini for Tabby. Why did I say Tammy? I was checking behind us to make sure the coast was clear. Uh, actually, I kinda did call her before coming in. Are you kidding me? I thought you learned your lesson about that woman. Tabitha is not your friend. Well, what matters is that the gang's all here. We'll find Rosalina in no time. Let me put my chair a bit more up. Sigh. Press on. The deeper you progress into the mine, the heavier the air becomes. Coal, coal dust hangs in the thick cloud around you, even though this place was abandoned over a century ago. Jesus, it's cramped down here. Does anyone else's chest feel tight? Yeah, abandoned mines are way more claustrophobic than people expect them to be. And this one's real bad, because of the child miners, or should I say the minor miners. Oh my god. Kaneka visibly shudders. Okay, I'm not suspicious, but is there any one way to make sure... But if there's one way to make sure you get haunted, it's cracking jokes about dead child laborers while walking on their graves. What can I say? I do my best to tempt the spirits wherever I go. I actually snuck down here a few times, trying to get some good footage. Right in my ghost hunting phase. Jesus, Stella. The things you do for your viewers. Did you find anything? I wish. If any place in Scarlet Hollow was actually haunted, it'd be this mine's hands down. But all I got was dust in my lungs and a couple of false alarms. Stella pauses as sound rushes overhead. Oh my god, what was that? The mine's going to collapse and we're going to die here, aren't we? Stella sighs longingly. That's just how the wind sounds down here. You sound so disappointed. This brings back memories of my last foray in these depths. Every time I thought I'd finally found a spooky ghost, there wound up being a very unghostly explanation, like local wildlife, for instance. Stella turns her flashlight toward an alcove overhead. Those guys got me real good last time I was here alone. Oh my god, there are bats on here? I'm going to get rabies, aren't I? I'm going to get rabies and die in a mine collapse. Okay, Kaneka's a little annoying, not gonna lie. You're holding up okay, Neeks? Yeah, sorry, I'm just a little on edge. Kaneka is stopped mid-sentence by a thunderous knock echoing deep from in the mines. Okay, what was that? That was... I have no idea what that was. Did that sound like knocking to you guys? That's gotta be Tommy knockers, right? No being babies, those are totally normal cave sounds. That's gotta be a Tommy knocker, right? Wait, we should hurry up and find Rosalina. Yeah, agreed. The sooner we get out of this the trap, the better. Gosh, I wonder if those sounds are Tommy knockers. That's what I was thinking too. Oh no, Tommy knockers are not real. They're not allowed to be real. Are you trying to give me a panic attack? I'd love to spend some extra time poking around down here. Maybe it's got something to do with the mystery. The three of you are interrupted by a second much less distance down of a can being popped open. Okay, now that wasn't Tommy knockers. It came from this way. Follow me. You and Kaneka follow Stella further into the mines. You breathe a sigh of relief as the tight passageway gives way to a small cavern. A group of teens turns and stares at you with annoyance. What the hell are you all doing in here? Hoodie girl. What the hell are you doing in here, you creeps? Are you stalking us? Yeah, creeps. I just said that, Alexis. If we want an echo, I'd yell into the Grand Canyon. If I wanted an echo, I'd yell into the Grand Canyon. What are you, 5? What are you guys even doing down here? This is the most miserable place I've been in my entire life. Here to make sure you don't hurt yourselves. Mm, I'm 15, you loser. Who even are you? That's Frosty Matt, Tabitha's cousin. Rosalina, your dad is worried sick about you. And if you ask me, he was right to worry. Why the hell would you think hanging out in an old mine would be a good idea? Is the Maxwell place not dangerous enough? Because no one actually comes in here. Duh. Everyone knows we hung out at the Maxwell place now. So we had to find a new hideout. Which you instantly found. So I guess we have to find an even more secluded place where we can just be ourselves. I can't believe your dad said people to follow us, Rosalina. That's messed up. I think that qualifies as a harassment.
You're right, Becca. This is messed up. I don't need him telling me where I can be.
Kaneka, you could at least check in so he knows you're not dead. He loves you and worries about you. He's really not asking for much. Don't you kids have school tomorrow anyways? It's fall break, and we're not kids. Yeah, we're teen.
Yeah, we're teens.
Are those canned strawberry and margaritas? Where did you even get those? The teens avoid eye contact. Miles tries to melt into the cavern walls. Oh, that is Miles. Okay. Oh no, I know that is a new Miles. I had bet it had better not be you. Yeah, whatever, it's me. What are you even doing here? Becca's right. Sounds to me like you're stalking and harassing and all that. You're supposed to be minding the store. It's not like anyone even comes in on Tuesdays, and Mom's there, so it's fine. I start uncomfortably around the cavern as Kaneka tears into her brother. It's not fine. It's extremely not fine. Why do you always have to be the responsible one? Do you know what I would give to be as carefree as you? I left school so you would have a chance to live your life, and this is what you're doing with it? What would Dad think if he could see this? Stealing booze from the family store to dick around in an abandoned mine. Dad's dead, Koneka. Damn. I did call it though. It was quite obvious, but if you were here, he'd be disappointed. You wound up being such a bossy jerk. Who cares if we're having canned margaritas somewhere nobody's supposed to bother us? Both of y'all should cool it. There's no reason we can't all chill here together. Hmm, but maybe we could not do it. Andre, can you honestly should? Hmm. Yeah, both of you should cool it. There's no reason we can all chill here together. Pass me one of those canned margaritas. The teen in the beanie passes you a canned margarita. Get them to earn their trust a bit. You know, it's not actually even that dangerous down here. My dad is a foreman as the continuous mining facility, and he says they only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left. So it's actually really safe, and we can hang out here whenever we want. I thought your dad was a charge hand. No, Alexis, he got promoted last month. Correction, your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has that job tomorrow morning. Tabitha, you're a bitch. Tabitha! Oh shit. Oh hey Tabby. Kaneka sighs. It's probably for the best that she's here. Do none of you understand what a boarded up mine interest is supposed to mean? It means it's closed, condemned, not fit for human use. Oh come on, this place is way more sturdy. Check it out. The teen with the beanie jumps up and slaps his strut on the ceiling. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, what? Oh, was that the knocking we were hearing earlier? Oh my god, Zane, cut it out. You're embarrassing us. I'm sorry for Zane's behavior. I don't think he realizes how extremely A-grade it is to jump up and hit things. No offense, Rosalina. None taken. The other A-graders are totally immature. Not like you, Rosalina. You're chill and smart too. Enough! The damage is already done. Now leave. I'm tired of people in this town dragging my cousin headlong into danger. I can't believe I actually agree with Tabitha about anything, but this is the worst place I've ever been in my entire life, and I'd like to see the sun again before I die. Oh, come on, you guys. Maybe it's not a big deal. We used to do dangerous things all the times, and I still do dangerous things now. Who are we to tell them where they can hang out? I don't know who you think you are in this situation, Stella, but I own this mine. It's entirely within my right to tell them to leave. Much like it's entirely within my right to tell you to leave. Was your lifetime ban from my mind's not a clear enough message for you? Hell yeah, Tabitha, tear this sad 20-something to shreds. Yeah, I'm defending you, and I'm not sad. Where'd you get that idea? Running a clickbaity YouTube channel when you run around the woods chasing nothing is extremely sad. Hey! So she's sad, so what? Give it a few years and you'll be sad too. The passage of time is inescapable. Damn. Look, we just wanted to give Rosalina a good time. Her home life sucks right now. Yeah, tell him about where you have to sleep, Rosalina. We've been living in the library for the past couple of weeks. Dad says we can't stay at our house. They've got a hot plate and a couple of coats in one of the back rooms. It's actually a pretty sick setup. No, it isn't, Zane. Rosalina deserves better. I don't care about your home life. If you're going to do your underage drinking, go do it in the woods. Just get off my property. Tabitha! Look, Rosalina, I'm sure Oscar has a good reason for all of that. He's a good guy and he cares about you. He thinks our home is haunted. Our house is haunted. Oh. Wait, what? I knew she'd be interested. And I should care because it's such a bullshit excuse. I bet he can't afford it anymore and is lying to you to save face. What a coward. Becca, I don't think you can, like, say that about other people's families. Isn't that, like, bullying or something? Shut up, Zane. Back up. He says it's haunted? I can't believe he didn't mention it to me. I could investigate. There's no ghost, Stella. It would be cool if there was, but Becca's right. I just wish he could be honest with me and tell me what's really going on. It's like he doesn't think I can handle it, like I'm still a little kid. Ugh, you're all children, and none of you realize how good you have it. Back in the day, each and every one of you would be pulling 12-hour shifts in this exact mine. If it weren't for child labor laws, the five of you might have some actual character. Exactly, Rosalina's not that mature anyway, she still sleeps with stuffed animals. Fuck Becca. Her dad could literally lose her job, I don't care. That doesn't mean she's not mature, I still have pork chop, you know? I rest my case. Wait, what did you say about child labor? You're right. Oscar treats you more like an adult. At this time, beside our house wasn't haunted. Yeah, I'm actually curious into the ghosts now, because this might tie everything together. Why are all the adults in this town such weirdos? There's no ghosts. There are no such thing as ghosts. Oscar is just lying. Yo, what if we break in and ghost bust the place anyways, just to be sure? Oh my god, Zane, you can't ghost bust if there's no ghost. Also, Rosalina lives there. She can't break into her own house. There's no ghost that you know of. I bet we could figure out how to bust in if it's actually real. And if it isn't real, well, problem solved. You know, Rosalina, you could always stay over at my house until Stella ghost busts your place. We have a finished basement with a pull-out couch. Or we talk about this like it's a thing. It's not a thing. There is no ghost. I don't care, and I can't believe I've wasted this much time trying to argue with children. I'm washing my hands of this and calling the cops. Feel free to leave before they show up. You heard that, Miles? We're leaving. I suggest the rest of you kids leave this empty mine, before someone gets black lungs or gets crushed by rocks or meets any of those many terrible fates people tend to meet in abandoned mines. Kaneka's interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. That wasn't me, I swear. Then what was it? Come on, Stella. Didn't you have a whole list of perfectly natural explanations for scary mining noises? It's Tommy knockers for sure. I know this isn't why we came down here, but we've got to check it out. Stella! I know, but weird stuff's been happening around here the past few days. What if this is our chance to get an actual solid lead? The stakes couldn't be higher. Do you have no sense of self-preservation? I want you out of here, Stella. Oh, come on, Tabby. You can come along too. If you guys are going after something spooky, count me in. Nobody is going deeper in the mine. Nobody is staying in the mine. You're all leaving. Please listen to Tabitha before my heart gives out. I'm gonna have to choose, aren't I? It'll be fun, Neeks. It will not. Wait a second. Where did the three of you run off to? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Wow, Kaneka, maybe if you weren't still scared of the dark or whatever, you'd have noticed them sneak off. I noticed them sneak off, and like, I've been zoning out the whole time I've been here. Ugh, they must have squeezed through that child-sized tunnel. Dang, I've always wondered where that goes. I've never been able to get these hips through there. Stella, stop sneaking into my mines! Please, I am literally begging you. If only all the tunnels down here were wide enough for adults, we could already be done with this little mess. But no, there just have to be remnants for a bygone era. Didn't you just talk about how child labor it was the good old days a minute ago? I was trying to get you to leave my mine. Becca's head pops up from the tunnel's entrance. We're not about to let you come in here and ruin our good time. The mine is safe. I've been here for a million times. Yeah, if Becca says we're safe, then we're totally safe. I just whatever. Come on, you two. I know a cool spot this way. Uh-oh. Okay, I think I know where that tunnel rejoins the rest of the mines. I'll go and look for them, and I want each and every one of you to take note of the fact that I'm doing that. If those idiots get themselves lost and die, I am not letting their families sue me into the ground. Are those really your priorities right now? Yes, do you have a problem with that? I want the rest of you out of my mine. Except for you, Frosty Matt, I'm not letting you out of my sight. Yeah, sure, I could never fit in that tunnel anyways. They have crossed the barrier that I cannot. So my time here is up. But only because Stella promised me a ghost hunt tomorrow. Whatever, I still have to do my dailies anyways, and the service down here sucks. Yeah, okay, Spider-Man. I'll happily escort these two knuckleheads out. Stella's coming with us. No, you're not about to weasel your way into this, Stella. Oh, come on, Tabby. I've been down here a ton. I can totally help out. Tabitha sighs. Ugh, there's no getting rid of you, is there? Fine, I won't waste my time arguing. Stella, don't push Tabitha's boundaries like that. Tabitha, don't push Stella away like that. She hasn't done anything to deserve it. I'm not getting in the middle of this. Um... Yes, I'm a simp for Stella. Tabitha, don't push Stella away like that. She hasn't done anything to deserve it. Not you too. I said she could tag along, didn't I? What's the big idea? It's alright, Frosty Matt. Tabby's just a bit curmudgeon, the words I don't understand. Um, alright, let's do this. Sure, let's not linger any longer than we have to, shall we? Want me to take Gresham with me? I don't know if it'll be easy to cover more ground without her. Ah, yeah, that's probably for the best. I don't want to rape you last night, and who knows if we'll have to do any climbing. I'll see you on the other side, hopefully soon. For sure, we won't be long. So she could just have not been here. Cool, can't wait to bust some ghosts tomorrow. Kaneka, Miles, and Zane head towards the entrance of the mine, leaving you, Tabitha, and Stella to find the remaining teens. Alright, no dawdling. We should be able to catch up with them if we go this way. You and Stella exchange a glance as Tabitha ventures forward. Venture deeper into the mines. As the three of you move deeper in the mines, you hear echoes of conversation bounce across the wall. Becca, why are we doing this again? I thought you thought Tabitha was like really cool. Why are you trying to get her all mad? We're doing this because Tabitha is really cool and she doesn't let anyone boss her around. So we can't just let her boss us around. Oh, you hear that, Tabby? Someone thinks you're cool. I can't believe she used to hang out with a nobody like Stella. Aw, but Stella's nice. Hey, I don't know. I don't know. I think Stella's kind of cool. Her videos are really neat. Yeah. Oh, come on, she doesn't even have a sponsor. What kind of YouTuber doesn't have a sponsor? I mean, not yet, but I'm in talks at Meat Rice, and I make plenty from ads and donations. How does it feel to have a teen girl think you're cool, Tabitha? Thanks, Stella. Meat Rice, that's a big deal. They're on like every big podcast. Thank you, thank you. It feels like a really big step forward for the channel. I just wish Becca hadn't said all the things she said tonight. You're just mean. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. You've seen how she treated everyone tonight except Tabitha. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm surprised you don't have thicker skin about this, Stella. You never struck me as someone who lets other people's opinions bother you. If you did, I wouldn't have to try so hard to keep you off my property. Well, I know you don't mean it. Agree to disagree. Hmm. I feel nothing about it. The opinion of children doesn't interest me. Don't interest me. I don't know, you kind of hesitated there. You're reading into things that aren't there, Stella. Just because your livelihood revolves around what people think of you doesn't mean that I care what people think of me. Congratulations on your sponsor, though. Aw. Oh man, I wish you were gossiping about me. Gosh, I'm not sure about that. I know they're just teens, but some of that stuff stung. Another knock closer interrupts your thoughts, followed by another, followed by another. Is it just me, or is that knocking coming from the same direction as those kids? It's not just you. Okay, that knocking is starting to freak me out. Calm down, Rosalina, it's just mind sounds. Did you guys see that? No, no, it's just a shadow. There's no reason to get freaked out. I saw it! Shut up, there's nothing down here. Stop trying to scare me. Winter is going to meet back up with us. You're coming down. I can't believe they're making us do this. Should I get grounded? Those poor kids. I have no sympathy for their terror. They brought this upon themselves for trespassing into my mind and making me come down here. I'm sure they're just upset that you came down here as you are. Yeah, are we sure that this is the right tunnel? Yes, I'm familiar with all of the old maps of this place. There should be a central chamber not too far from here where everything joins back up. Okay, we're getting closer. Let's keep moving. As you progress deeper into the mines, the knocking grows more frequent. It's still distant, but it's much louder than before. The tunnel ends abruptly in front of you. A century-old ladder is the only way forward. In the darkness beyond, you can still hear the echoes of terrified teens. They're panicked, arguing, bouncing down the pitch-black corridors. And here we are. The tunnel they crawled through passes through the chamber below. It shouldn't be hard to find them once we get down there. I've never been this far in. Congratulations, Stella. You got what you wanted. Tabitha crawls up to the ladder and disappears over its edge. Alright, let's do this. Stella hoists herself up over the edge and begins the climb down. Follow them into the pit. Down into the pit. You walk to the ladder and climb down. I'm pretty sure this is the way back. Come on. Pretty sure? As I thought, you've been down here before. Okay, maybe I didn't get this far in, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I definitely remember the way out. Hurry, I don't want to be down here anymore. I think it was actually this way. Oh, shut up. No one even wanted you to come with us anyway. Becca! Yeah, they're close, alright. Good thing they're so damn loud. It sounds like they're really lost. The voices around you, those are the teens, and your companions sound odd, distant. Step forward. What? They don't hear. You don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest, a desperate need to perceive and be perceived. Wrap yourself in the darkness of the pit. Hey, are you alright, Frosty Mutt? Bear witness. What do you think you're doing? Get away from there. Your cousin dives toward you, but not before the light comes from her phone, illuminating the chamber. What is that? Frosty Matt, are you alright? Oh, thank God you're alive. It looks like you had a seizure or something, and then you and Tabby just conked out. I'm fine. Ugh. You can barely open your eyes. You're not fine. Neither of you move a muscle. I don't want you straining yourself while you're still recovering from whatever that was. I'm going to get both of you some help. I'll be back soon, I promise. Don't die on me, alright? No, I can't let her leave. You fade back out of consciousness as your companion slumbers out of the pit, intent on your rescue. You raise up your elbow, head still swinging from the visionary surroundings, coming back into focus. Your head throbs as the knocking continues, now magnitudes more intense than ever. Through it, you once again hear the panicked voices of bickering teenagers echoing down the stone corridors. Becca, you're getting us more lost. It's this way. If you're sure, why don't you just leave us? I can't believe I let Alexis talk me into inviting you in the first place. Becca, I'm just trying to help. I said go. Okay, I will. Alexis, you don't have to go with her. You know that, right? Pick a side, Alexis. I'm sure Becca knows where we're going. She wouldn't just lie. Sorry, Rosalina. The increasing desperate voices of the teens are drowned out by a thunderous knocking. You can practically feel the ground shake beneath you. You can almost see the walls vibrate with the intensity of the hellish sound. God, that knocking is not helping my headache. What the hell just happened? As some sort of vision. Did you see it too? There's got to be some boons down here. It's an old mine. These places are death traps. We're probably just hallucinating. Are you literally gaslighting me? I said I saw it too. Stop being weird. We're leaving. Rosalina appears in the passageway to your left, out of breath and teary-eyed. I'm so sorry I snuck up like that. I just wanted Alexis to think I was cool. The entire cavern shakes with the sound of a rock fall. I don't know what the hell that is up with that knocking, but that is the sound of a mine collapse. Quick, up that ladder, both of you. Well, wait, Becca and Alexis are still down there. You can't just leave them here. I know which way they are going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise. Do you have a death wish, little girl? This isn't a movie. The best thing we can do to help those girls now is not to be buried alive ourselves. Go back for Becca and Alexis. I have to go and save them. That's me. That's what I would do. No man left behind. I'm not gonna let kids, like teenagers, just duck into mine. I don't care. Frosty Matt, don't do this to me. Don't you do this to them. I'm not leaving unless everyone leaves. Are you serious? Thank you. They're back this way. Hurry. Rosalina runs back the way she came. Follow her. You run after her. The mine shakes with each new thunderous blow, as bits of rock and dust falls off the ceiling and scatter on the floor around you. Rosalina leads the way and Tapatha isn't far behind you. I thought you knew the way out. I thought you'd been down here a million times already. I was making it up, okay? I swear to God, Frosty Matt, if we get stuck down here, you'll what, kill me? Then you'd be stuck here, down here and alone. I'm glad you decided to come along. You won't regret it. We'll see about that. We're coming, just stay where you are. Rosalina, you came back? I don't want to die down here. Grab them and start running. Reach for and forcibly grab back on Alexis. Alexis silently pulling them behind you. You quickly push your way back towards the entrance. Pieces of fallen rock littering the path around you. All of you start climbing. Now! Once the last teen is up, Tabitha grabs on the ladder and starts climbing. Climb out of the pit. You follow suit and start climbing. This way, come on. Your cousin moves with the kind of swiftness you'd expect from someone who spent her entire life working in and around coal mines. Why couldn't you have just listened to someone other than yourself, Becca? I'm sorry, okay, God. Right, oh my god, I hate Becca so much. You push forward, your burning muscle giving way to pure adrenaline. To your horror, you can see cracks forming on the walls of the tunnel. Come on, we've got to go faster. We're almost there, I can see the entrance. Your surroundings quake as the mine collapses around you. And then the knocking fades as you feel safe, having arrived back at the entrance in one piece. Whoa, what the fuck? What the fuck? Rosalina, are you okay? Clearly she's not okay, idiot. Shut up, Becca. It was your idea to go down there in the first place. This is your fault. Shit. Why did this have to happen? Okay, the knocking stopped at least. All of you say exactly where you are. I'm going to make some calls. Stay exactly, not say. Cough. This really hurts. Oh, her leg is fucked. Stella and Kaneka pop their heads through the mine entrance. Tabitha just stormed out there. Are you... Oh my god. Rosalina, can you hear me? We're gonna get you out of here, okay? Stella already called an ambulance. But that means cops are gonna come. They're gonna know I was drinking. They're gonna know we went in there to drink, right? Becca, that doesn't matter. If my dad finds out, he'll kill me. He can't know. Becca squirms through the gap in the boards and scampers away. Don't worry about her, Rosalina. She's being an asshole. One of us should wait by the grate and make sure they can find us up here. I should check in with Tabby, see if she needs any help. We're going to get you help. Everything's gonna be okay. Alright, I'll go down to the gate. Rosalina, I'm so sorry. I'll be back soon. When we're gonna get you out of here and you're gonna be just fine. Frosty and Alexis will keep you safe until then. Am I gonna die? Rosalina, don't say things like that. No, I've seen people bounce back from worse. Probably so we're all going to, I don't know, maybe? Street smart time. I've seen people bounce back from worse. Thanks, Frosty Matt. Rosalina breath comes in quick, irregular bursts. If I don't make it, tell my dad I'm sorry. I'm the one who has something to be sorry about. This is all me and Becca's fault. We never should have gone down there. It's not your fault. I went down there because I wanted to. Rosalina pauses, catching her breath. Thank you, Frosty Matt. I'm glad everyone else made it out okay. Couldn't have done it without your help. And he also would have. I'm sorry I couldn't do more. You shouldn't start hanging out with Bella. She bullies both of you into doing things you don't want. Whatever happens tonight, you should remember it, Alexis. Alexis is right. You're very mature for your age. Worrying about others at a time like that, you're more brave than a lot of adults I know. It's true, Rosalina. You're really brave. Braver than I am, and smarter. If I hadn't stuck with Becca, maybe I don't know. Maybe it'd have been different. It's just not fair that this happened to you. You're the nicest person I know. Rosalina? Still awake, just hurts like hell. Sorry, I shouldn't be pushing you to talk. I'll just hold your hand until they come back with help, okay? Alexis grabs Rosalina's hands. Tears streak down both of their cheeks as you sit in silence together, waiting for the long, anxious moment to pass before help arrives. Some of my men are on their way with Rockcliffs. We'll get you out of there soon. They're over here, Earl. Jesus Christ, you weren't kidding about the emergency. It'll still be a bit for the ambulance. The nearest depot is over in Brevard, so it'll be at least another half hour. You heard the man. You have half an hour to get her out of there. Move it! Rosalina, sweetie, I'm here. Dad, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You shouldn't have to be sorry. It's okay. We're all here. You can hang on, Rosalina. I know you can. Tabitha's men quickly get to work and manage to pull Rosalina out from the rubble just as the ambulance arrives. So, I'm afraid there's no space. Sir, I'm afraid there's no space in the back. What do you mean I can't ride with her? You're better off driving behind us. We're headed to Breveridge, so it's quite a ways. Is she going to be okay? Is she going to make it? Please, God. Yes, sir. I promise you we're going to do everything we can to keep her stable. Her vitals are looking good. Rosalina, my poor baby. I'll be there as fast as I can, okay? I promise you won't be alone. I love you, Dad. The paramedics load Rosalina in the back of the ambulance and drive off. Oscar approaches you off to the side as the police talk to Tabitha and her men. I feel like slow down my speaking. What the hell happened in there? Oscar, I'm so sorry. It's okay, at least nobody died. What happened though? It was just teens being teens. We did our best to get them out of there. That big girl was. It was Tommy Knocker. I genuinely believe it was probably that. It was what? Proxima is right. They're real. I got some audio of them knocking on my phone. They must have been furious that we went down there. It doesn't matter what caused it. I'm just so sorry it happened, Oscar. This is all my fault. She's been so angry with me. If I'd just been able to provide more stability, she wouldn't be doing things like this, putting herself in danger. I'm sure she thinks I'm making things up about our house being haunted. But I have seen things that I can't explain, and it's only gotten worse over time. She told us about it down in the mines. For what it's worth, I believe you. No comment. Bath here tonight? I don't know. Once you're back from the hospital, we can check it out for you. Thanks, Stella. That means a lot. I... I've got to go. Mr. Gutierrez, is it okay if I come too? I want to be there for her. Of course. Of course, Alexis. It'll be good for her to see a friendly face. The two of them head over to Oscar's car and drive off. There was a stone carving on the wall of that pit. It gave me some sort of vision. I saw what happened down to this place. Are you sure it wasn't auto-suggestion? We talked about that mine a lot today. I don't know, Neeks. You weren't down there. Frosty Matt and Tabitha had like simultaneous seizures next to a creepy stone carving. It was like something out of a movie. Just because they passed out or had seizures doesn't mean it wasn't auto-suggestion. Do you think Rosalina's going to be okay? The paramedic said she was stable. She's a tough kid. She'll be okay. Ditchlings. Do you think it's over? Maybe the ditchlings were here for those kids, and we saved them. Gosh, I hope so. Maybe things will be normal from here on out. But I feel like everything that happened in the mine raised more questions than it answered. Yeah, well, we still don't know anything about Wayne or about what you actually saw down there. This is all still a little too magic for me. Just because two bad things have happened doesn't mean there's a pattern. Right? What happens now? What happens now? We go home. Now hold on a minute, Miss Scarlet. Mind if we have a quick word with your cousin, Miss, in private? Okay, fine, just make it quick, and don't you dare try and pull anything on him. He did nothing wrong here. Aw, thanks, Tabitha. Ladies, I'm afraid that means you too. Don't you need to talk to us? We witnessed this too. Oh, sure, but that can wait. We know where to find y'all. What a coincidence, running into two nights in a row. This is my colleague, Deputy Derrickson. Pleased to meet you, Frosty Matt. Apologies for my absence yesterday. It was my special bowling night, you see. A man has to have his me time. I was briefed on the events of last night, even though we're still not sure of what went on could be considered a crime. Duke has been missing since then, though we found neither hide nor hair of him. Could be he's just on an extended hunting trip. It would be the first time he's done something like that. I was told the footage showed his supposed body, but we couldn't get the camera working, so no way to confirm until we track him down. Now, I understand both of these were terrible, unfortunate accidents that had nothing to do with you being in this area, but as an officer of the law, you have to understand that we get a little suspicious when you have the same face multiple times in a row. And now we have to ask, what exactly were those teenagers doing in a shuttered mine owned by your family? And why were you down there with them? Uh, I don't think that's a good time to lie. I'll get your questions, but we also need to talk about the man that's been stalking me. He goes by Wayne, and I think he used to work at the mines here. That seems an awful lot like deflection to me. Wouldn't you say so? What the fuck? What do you mean? This is a nice town. People don't go about stalking stranger in these parts. Are you kidding me? Do your jobs. We are doing our jobs, and our job right now is to get answers out of what happened here. Why are you asking me this? It was a mine collapse. Oh, it wasn't for me. Yeah, why are you asking me this? It was a mine collapse. What could I possibly have done that the police would care about? But I see there's no such more to be discussed as of yet. We'll let you go on about your evening, but we may be in touch. Have a good one. Deputy Derrickson tips his hat to you. The two officers wander back to the mine, Derrickson taking notes as they examine the scene. You make your way towards Stella and Kaneka. I just can't believe 2 nights in a row. Is it my fault, Neeks? Stella, no, this is just an awful coincidence. It's not your fault. Oh hey, guess the cops are done with you. What are they gonna take you in for, being present at an accident? Sorry they gave you a hard time. Small town cops, you know. Always blame everything on drifters. Even acts of God, I guess. Excellent. You didn't get arrested. Now come on, let's go back to the estate. I'd like to get some rest before I have to deal with the fallout of everything that happened tonight. I'll see you tomorrow, okay, Frosty Matt? Please stop trying to get my cousin killed, Stella. Come on, let's go. Tabitha starts walking to her car, pulling you by your arm. Certainly. I can walk to the car on my own. I'll text you when we're back. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkness of the road. You try to keep an eye on the surrounding wilderness as she drives, wary of what may lurk behind the tree line. Why do you treat Stella like that? Didn't you two used to be friends? It was different. It was a different time in my life. I just wish she'd get that we're not in high school anymore. I'm a different person than whoever she thinks she knows. I'm not sorry. That wasn't my fault. What am I sorry about? I'll say it though. I'll first I say this. How are you holding up? Poorly, but I'd really rather if we didn't get into it. Sorry about today. Tabitha doesn't answer. Drop it. Poor Rosalina. Poor Oscar. Should have kept tighter remains on that girl. I never got into any trouble like that when I was a teen, and I have Perlane to thank for it. Hated it at the time, but the strictness paid off. Ugh. What am I telling you this for? Are we boning? You can tell me stuff. I'd like to know more about you. Doing a better job tonight. Maybe later this week if I don't have the energy to get into it right now, but I think I'd like that. Wish I had done a better job tonight. Exactly. People aren't ready to be parents, shouldn't be parents. So true. And clearly there are some parents who aren't ready. Take the librarian. There are tons of people who are more qualified to be parents who can't even conceive. And here he is having a kid at 19 and clearly letting her do whatever the hell she wants. No, I think he's chill. And look where that got her. Even if she doesn't lose that leg, she's going to carry what happened tonight for the rest of her life. It's not fair. Seems like that struck a nerve. Ooh. Yeah. I think that makes sense. It's actually like I'm getting to understand her better. Is there some kind of history there? Nope. Now quit talking. I need to focus on the road. Yeah, I don't appreciate being dragged off like that. Don't answer that question. I don't have the energy to get into it. Her eyes wander back to the tree line, and you and Tabitha sit back in silence. This is a long chapter. You once again cross the threshold into the estate, the musty stench of the decaying mansion grating you with its undertone of mildew and wood rot. Well, this day was a lot more stressful than it needed to be, and I'm sure it's the precursor to a horrifically stressful week. I'm going to bed. I suggest you do the same. Thanks for calling me about those kids, by the way. It was unexpected. You could have. No, you should have waited for me. I'm too tired to argue. I'll see you in the morning. Tabitha returns and makes her way up the stairs, her posture defeated. Turn in. Get up to your room to turn in. What am I gonna see tonight? You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thought. After your time in the Shaw mine, you barely even notice the dust. Your phone buzzes on the table. Kaneka sent a message to Stella. You all, those are those things, right? Y'all, these are those things, right? Oh shit. I saw them again too. Another picture, this time them staring from a tree. What the fuck? These things are definitely not hairless monkeys or raccoons or whatever. I don't know what the hell they are. I was reading it from the actual phone. I forgot I could read it from here. I guess there's more to them than being here than the mine collapse. No way I'm sleeping tonight. Tonight? Tonight. You think about looking out the guest room window, but at this point you're too exhausted to leave your bed. The adrenaline from this evening is finally wearing off, replaced by a creeping exhaustion that runs to overwhelm you. Your limbs feel heavy, your eyelids slipping down over your eyes even as you stare down at the ominous pictures on your phone. If it weren't for the pit of dread balling in your stomach, you'd almost feel comfortable as you settle in between the covers, your tired bones sinking into the decrepit mattress. When you close your eyes, you see Rosalina's face twisted with pain, staring up at you with tear-streaked cheeks, trapped by power beyond her control, terrified of what her now uncertain future would hold. Your eyes shoot back open, your heart pounds as the doors to your room swing open. Oh my god! Just a cat. It's always just a cat. It's nice to see another living being, even one as unfriendly as Tabitha's cat. The comfort of her presence sets your mind at ease, and you finally slip into a deep sleep. What is happening now? Who's in the house? is the end of episode 2. Episode 3. Oh wait, oh, I have to check my achievements.